The twin suns of Tatooine beat down, casting long, distorted shadows across the endless dunes. For most, this was a place of hardship and dust, a forgotten corner of the galaxy. But for Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn, it was something more. He felt a hum here, a faint but insistent tremor in the Force, unlike anything he'd encountered on any ordinary mission. It wasn't the echo of past conflicts or the whisper of local despair. It was a resonance, a stirring of something ancient and profound, like a long dormant chord beginning to vibrate. Qui-Gon Jinn was, in many ways, an enigma among his peers. While the Jedi Council often regarded the ancient prophecies of the Force with a detached, academic interest, Qui-Gon saw them not as dusty texts, but as living truths, guiding lights in a complex universe. He held a unique, almost radical belief in the prophecy of the Chosen One, a being destined to bring balance to the Force. Most Jedi had long dismissed such tales as allegorical or simply too grand to be literally true. But Qui-Gon, with his deep attunement to the living Force, felt its imminence, its unfolding. He carried this quiet conviction, this unwavering faith in his very being. It was amidst the chaotic, sun-baked streets of Mos Espa that he first encountered him. A young boy, barely 9 years old, with eyes that held an unexpected depth and hands that tinkered with machines with an almost impossible ingenuity. Anakin Skywalker. Qui-Gon didn't just see a gifted child. He felt a sudden, unmistakable surge in the Force around him, a powerful, almost overwhelming presence that spoke not just of potential, but of destiny. It was as if the very air crackled with significance. His suspicions deepened, then solidified into certainty with each discovery. The story of Anakin's birth, whispered hesitantly by his mother, Shmi, no father, a miraculous conception, a virgin birth. For Qui-Gon, this was not a medical anomaly, but a direct echo of ancient Jedi texts describing the Chosen One's unique genesis. It was a sign, a powerful confirmation that resonated with the mystical core of the prophecy. And then there was the midi-chlorian count, a scientific measure, yet for Qui-Gon, it was merely empirical proof of a spiritual truth he already intuitively grasped. Anakin's count was unprecedented, off the charts, beyond even Master Yoda's. It was a quantitative affirmation of what Qui-Gon's sensitive connection to the living Force had already told him. This was the one. Returning to Coruscant, Qui-Gon brought Anakin before the Jedi Council, convinced that they too would see the signs, recognize the profound significance. But the Council, steeped in centuries of tradition and increasingly cautious in a galaxy teetering on the edge of political upheaval, saw something else entirely. They saw fear. They saw an individual too old to begin training, already too burdened by emotion, by attachment, by the very trauma of his past. They saw a dangerous path, a potential for imbalance, not the herald of balance. They were blinded by their own established protocols, by their reluctance to deviate from what they knew, and perhaps by a subtle, creeping fear of the unknown power Anakin represented. They dismissed him as unfit, too emotional, too unpredictable. It was a profound moment of isolation for Qui-Gon. Standing before the collective wisdom of the Jedi Order, he found himself utterly alone in his conviction. Yet his faith never wavered. He was willing to defy the entire council, to risk his reputation, his standing, everything he had built within the Order, because he trusted the will of the Force more than the rigid interpretations of his peers. He believed with every fiber of his being that he had found the one. He saw beyond the surface, beyond the child's fear and attachment, to the immense potential for good, for restoration, for the fulfillment of an ancient promise. He stood firm, not out of stubbornness, but out of a profound spiritual certainty that bordered on the radical. Ultimately, it was this unwavering faith, this singular vision that set Qui-Gon Jinn apart. While the Council's caution led them to see only risk, Qui-Gon's deep connection to the living Force allowed him to see destiny. He didn't just observe the prophecy, he lived it. He felt its pulse within the universe, and he was prepared to challenge the very foundations of his order to honor what he believed was the Force's will. His story is a gentle reminder that sometimes true insight, true understanding, requires stepping beyond established norms and trusting a deeper current, an intuitive knowing, even when faced with overwhelming skepticism. It's a testament to the power of belief, not in dogma, but in the subtle, guiding hand of destiny. We'd love to hear your thoughts on Qui-Gon Jinn's unique faith. What do you think allowed him to see what the Council could not? Share your insights in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this journey into the heart of the Force, please consider subscribing for more thoughtful explorations. Thank you for listening.